That's what I was thinking. That's why I was like, well, Logitech. Are you picking up two different audios from me?
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Tonight we are joined by Eddie for week 4 of this show. Going over tonight the winners losers of Talladega. More winners than losers. So we'll be going over that tonight. We're going over the season 7 schedule. Not a lot else going on tonight or this week in the race or in the series. Just new schedule posted. Talladega, really kind of it.
Yeah. Schedule though, that's pretty exciting for next season.
I know, bud. I'm excited. It's going to be a good one.
Yep.
So let's do that. Which one is it? This one. So this is just the next scene schedule. So both schedules are identical to each other this year. So except for lap count, obviously it's different per series, yeah. But we're starting off the truck on 220. So this is the next season schedule. So it always takes place the day after truck race. So we'll be wrapping up this season here in 3 weeks. We got technically a week off because we have the All-Star race at the end of the season. And then right back into it. So we're starting recruiting this week. So Devin will be taking care of that as much as he can. Eddie and I might step in to help out a little bit on that. Not a whole lot, but a little bit on it. But yeah, recruiting's going up. It's going to be, we're looking for iRating between 1,000 and 3,000 for this season or for this series. Well, for the league, I guess, not series. Yeah. So 1,000 to 3,000 iRating. There is a cap at 3,000. We want to make sure that it's competitive to the current drivers that we have. And then there's a bunch of different kind of sponsor opportunities available, like we mentioned last week as well. So if you guys are interested in any of that, you can email us at admin@scsra.net. Ask any questions, any sponsorship opportunities, anything like that is up on the website as well. Wiles says schedule looks really good, Eddie. Good job.
Thanks, buddy.
Hell yeah, brother.
We need a fancy little sticker so we can make the truck schedule all prettified like that one is. So
yeah, we do. We need a truck sponsor, main title sponsor, I should say. Yeah. So we start off the series or the season at Daytona, as typical, or you're gonna find in NASCAR as well. Then we go to Michigan, Homestead, Dover, back to Indy this series or this season. I like Indy. I did.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for that because iRacing recently went there for their official series.
Yeah,
and updated all the setups and stuff like that. Made them a little bit more fun. So definitely looking forward to that.
yeah. They've done a lot of setups this last go around with this last update. Some of them good, some of them bad. But they updated a lot of stuff, so kind of cool.
Yeah. Then we go to Richmond.
Yeah, keep going, Eddie.
I was just reminding you, buddy.
Oh.
But yeah, we go to Richmond. The racing's always great there. Usually, it's been in the playoffs. Kind of stepping out and putting it in the regular season now. Change it up a little bit. Usually they're pretty long green flag races or runs at Richmond for us, so definitely looking forward to that. Then we go back to Watkins Glen, get a little bit more familiarity with the tracks and stuff. A lot of people seem to know the Glen. I know us as a league, we're pretty familiar with the Glen. Me, Joe Wright, Dev went this year. Josh, he's went. We've all just camped out at Watkins Glen and had us a good old time. So yeah, we're pretty familiar with that. And as we were saying, Rockingham, it's back on the schedule. iRacing redid their setups for that track also, so definitely looking forward to that. Then we go to New Hampshire. It's always been a pretty good race for the league in general. Then we go to Texas. Texas is a fun track. Believe that's going to be a night race also. So
Yeah, it's gonna be at
definitely,
sunset, so it's gonna I like
definitely going to
Texas
be,
at dark,
yep, going to be fun. And then we
especially
start the round of 12.
yeah, especially being from Texas, going to Texas Motor Speedway, I haven't been yet, but I know how brutal Texas summers are. So the night race
Yeah,
will actually it might be it's
I think
gonna
it'd
be
be better
interesting.
racing.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, especially with this new oval update,
Yeah,
um, where those lines are gonna go because it's gonna be I think it's gonna be fun. I like it.
yeah.
So round of 12, we start off at Darlington, and then Talladega is the second race. It's the qualifier, the last round of 12. So change
Cut
in that
race.
one. Go ahead, Eddie.
Then we got the round of 8. It's Bristol, baby. Then we go on to Kansas, and we finish up around the championship 4 at Las Vegas. So
200
definitely
laps
going to
at
be a great,
Bristol.
yeah, definitely going to be a great. Well, Bristol usually has good green flag runs for us. We tried to put a lot of those tracks back on the schedule that seem to produce a good product in general. Um, so hopefully that'll help moving forward. Um, and like Martinsville this season, it wasn't that fun. Um, so you know, I don't know if it was because everybody just wasn't familiar with racing around people or whatever the case may be, but as a whole, maybe a handful of drivers could have done it, but nobody's just going to watch 5 cars go around. So if you want everybody to go to a track and have fun and not be at a caution fest, you got to pick and choose what you can, and what you can't put on a schedule.
Yeah.
Um, and us as admins, we've got more to think about rather than, man, I like that track. I wish it was on the schedule. We got to think about the product, what it's going to look like on the broadcast. Um, yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into that. So
Yeah.
I like the way this schedule looks, and I think it'll be a great season.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can reach the goal of 40 plus cars, um, and get as close as we can. If not,
Yeah. I'd love to see going into the next season 30, 30 full time guys because there is a couple of people that are part time that are signed up for next season that are like they've been here for a while that just life's happening and getting in the way. So I'd like to be able to see some room for them, but obviously a full field is definitely what we're searching for and what we're going towards. So
yeah,
lots of recruiting coming up to see what we can get in, and hopefully we can get some good people in and that are ready to stay. I mean, every year, Devin said it a couple weeks ago. Every year, every season that comes, we always find 3, 4, 5 guys that stick it out through playoffs and then go into the next season. So Michael Moultrie, Daniel Wiles, the Zimmermans, Fulton. I mean, there's Fuller. There's a lot of guys in here that are really really good. That
yeah,
are committed to next season as well already, and that's 4, 5, 6 guys there that we didn't have before that are showing a lot of talent.
yeah.
So
Last season, man, that was a really good recruiting class. Like you said, glad to have those guys. It's what we need, to build and go forward.
yeah, definitely. I one thing I love about this season so far is it's a complete mix up of what we've seen and like we know who's going to be fast generally from last season, week in and week out. This season, at the beginning of the season, totally flipped that on its head. And it was kind of a shootout. So it was good to see this season, and can't wait to see what next season brings.
For sure. Yeah, I hope my computer don't crap out on me next season. But
Jesus.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what race are you looking forward to most next season? Can't be a super
I
speedway.
don't I I don't know if there's one that really jumped out to me. Um, I mean, just looking at it, I'm excited to go back to Indy. Indy was fun. Richmond's always fun. The Glen's always fun. Um, Definitely curious to see how everybody's going to go as a whole at Rockingham. Um, definitely, definitely need to. If you don't plan on practicing on your own, which I really hope you do, but life happens, totally understandable. At least get in there and get some solid practice laps in whenever that session opens. Is would be my advice. New
Yeah.
Hampshire's always fun. Texas is fun. Man, I don't know, man. It's not really one that jumps out,
It's a good
honestly.
season.
Yeah,
It's
it
a good
looks
season.
pretty solid schedule.
Yep. There was a lot of work put into this one. We had a couple of tracks that had to come off and then get replaced with other stuff. Like we had said, iRacing updated a lot of setups already, because they're taking these cars to tracks that they haven't gone to in a while, like Rockingham. They did put out a setup for Old Atlanta, which we were really gunning for, and then we went to go testing and decided that was a
Yeah, we
real bad
tested it
idea.
several times. Yeah, we tested it several times. Just thinking, well, maybe, this or that. No, it was crazy the first 6 laps, and it was all downhill from there. So,
Yeah, after like 15 laps, it was almost undrivable.
yeah. I mean, which
So
wouldn't be bad if you had a whole league that would practice, and figure the car out, but if you're just gonna jump into the session and start it like that, then
yeah,
it would definitely not be a fun race. So,
yeah.
yeah, had to take it off.
Who knows? There might be another setup that comes out, but after this season, we'll be in NASCAR already, so the official series will follow kind of the NASCAR schedule. So anything that's been legacy, they will not, or is not on the NASCAR schedule, they're not going to update anymore. So,
Well, let me stop you there because there's a possibility that they might because of the Olympics this year. There's gonna be
oh,
big gaps in the schedule. Yeah.
that's right. Okay, I forgot about that. Stay
So there's
tuned
a
for that.
possibility.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, like normally though, they wouldn't adjust those setups
Yeah,
in the middle of the season. So, um I don't know, we'll see what happens. I mean, this next season we're getting close to 10.
yeah. We're going into 7 right here, buddy.
Man,
Crazy.
that's nuts. I
We
joined like
passed
season
the we
2.
yeah, I've been here since day 1.
Jesus.
It's
Jesus,
crazy
man.
we've passed the, 3-season threshold. That seems to be the downfall of all the other iRacing leagues. Yeah, you still have a few of them out there that last pretty good, but it's on a rare occasion.
Yeah, for sure. Cheesy B says, if I had a choice, since I'm on, I don't know, I can't read that. I'm only making Rockingham. Indy Oval for me is his favorite.
Gotcha.
Indy was, I really liked Indy when we were there last time.
Yeah. What about Wiles? Wiles still watching?
I
What
don't know.
track jumps out to you, buddy? If you guys are watching, tell us what track jumps out to you guys. Let us know in the comments.
Here, I'll put the schedules back up so you guys can see them. Um,
What jumps out to you, Harney? What track?
Indy, man. That's I
Indy.
think the track that I led the most laps at ever.
Yeah, you're pretty strong there.
So I had a good run there, but Indy or Texas probably. I like Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
There's a lot of good ones.
Kinda, yeah. I know, like, man, it'd be tough. If I had to pick 3, that'd still be tough.
If I had to pick
I would
3, it's Indy, Texas, uh, Indy, Texas, Michigan, probably. I like the bigger tracks. I can't pick super speedways because that's, I mean, as fun as it is to race, it's not it's it's such a crapshoot, man.
yeah.
There's
Yeah,
there
that's,
nothing's guaranteed. You could practice all you freaking want. There's no point.
yeah, you could lead every dang lap of that thing,
Mm-hmm.
except for the last one.
And
Real quick,
have your
fast,
heart
and in a
broken
hurry.
real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Uh
don't know. If I had to pick 3, I would probably say Bristol. Um, it's a home track. Love it. Love as long as it don't have dirt on it. Um,
oh, that's
thank
coming
God
back
that's
season 10, by the way. Season 10, Bristol Dirt.
no, 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 no,
Devin already said it, man.
no. He didn't say it. He didn't say
Hmm.
it. No. No. Anywho, um, Bristol would have to be there. Home track, always good racing here. Um, the other one would my number two would probably be between Richmond and New Hampshire. Um, but maybe take New Hampshire out and throw Vegas in there. Roll the dice a little bit.
Maybe. Okay. Vegas is a good track, dude. It really is.
I
It's
liked
hard
it
to,
last time we went there.
yeah, it's hard to just pick three, honestly, on this schedule.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones. Wiles says Indy. I don't own it, but it looks like great racing. That's what you've never raced there, but you're looking forward to that one most. I like it, man. Indy's a good track. It's I will tell you that Indy is a track you can push a lot harder in the next gens than you think you can.
Yeah.
Um, the reason I led the most or led as many laps as I did there is I had no problem. I'm not great at long runs. So I just pushed the hell out of the car and I came out to like a 12 or 14-second lead. And everyone kind of figured out like, oh God, I can push this so much farther. But it was also the first season in the next gen, so we didn't kind of know what to expect. And then as soon as everyone else figured it out, they all caught back up to me, which is unfortunate, but you know, it was still fun. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Wiles also wants Glen. Well, he's a big road racing guy. Wiles, he's looking forward to the Glen.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking back at this Vegas from last season, I think I'm definitely looking forward to Vegas. I think it moved up to the top of my list.
Is it because you won?
That and I led 147 laps out of 150.
So as long as you make it into the championship four,
Yeah.
there's a chance that Eddie's coming out on top.
Yeah. Maybe. Hopefully.
All right. Well, you're the one to beat in that. Everyone hear that? Beat Eddie.
I'll be.
Don't
I'll
wreck
also
him.
be. You can wreck me. It's cool. I'll be fast enough to catch you back.
All right. So that's schedules for this week or for next season. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yep. I
Um,
think if we get some pretty solid recruiting, with that solid schedule, I think season 7 has potential to really be something special.
so talk about the development of this schedule, because I know last two seasons wasn't necessarily experimental, but I think
I
we
mean, it
were
was more
trying.
like we trying to get away from things that we were running every season,
Yeah,
and just getting rid of the repetitiveness and trying stuff new, different tracks and we learned a lot from doing that, and kind of give everybody something new, but you know, I just if you go too experimental, I think it kind of shoots yourself in the foot. You have a handful of guys that are cool with it and are willing to put in the time, but everybody's got to be on board with it.
yeah,
If you're trying to make something good, if you're just out here to be out here, then it's whatever. But you know, so we have to kind of think, like I was saying earlier, you have to kind of think of what kind of product it's going to be on the broadcast,
yeah,
in the car. It's like talking about Talladega, man. It might be a good way to segment into that. But driving around there half throttle, 75%, 80, whatever the case may be, just is not fun. I've not went back and looked at the broadcast yet, but I have watched super speedway races like that from the past, that we've had to save like that, and it's not good on the broadcast. It's definitely not fun in the car, and I don't think it's fun for anybody. So hopefully next season the changes that we're making will make it flat out for the stage, flat out for the win, and you know go get one, race for it instead of just putting around the track.
yeah.
So
I think that we tried to do some stuff to attract new people. Um, in my opinion, is that we tried to make it more interesting than just your
yeah,
standard oval league. But I mean, I think that what is gonna stand out in the long run for us is the fact that we're going on 7 seasons, coming up to 10, and you almost don't ever see that in an iRacing league. I mean, it's not common when we're looking through these Facebook posts. You see seasons 1 through 3, but you don't see season 7, 8, 9, 10
Yeah, and
continuously.
then you see the same names posting every so often, and oh, new league, blah XYZ or whatever league. It's like that dude was just posting that like that. No,
Yeah.
there's something up there, and you see that. But yeah, man, it's definitely something special. Takes a special group of guys to keep it going as long as it does. We appreciate everybody. I think I speak for all the admins and saying thank you guys for being here week in and week out. We do appreciate you guys, um, and we're glad you're here. So
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, I think that this season there was some testing that went into this, but I mean, not a lot of it. We tested the new stuff, like Rockingham and Old Atlanta. A couple other things that I ran in the background just to see how it was, and I think it's going to be an extremely competitive season. I mean, it's um, a lot of the just standard NASCAR tracks, and um, I think it's going to be super competitive this season, and I'm kind of looking forward to it.
yeah,
All right,
I'm looking
let's
forward on both sides, man. The trucks and the next gen. That's and I like it that we're crossing over like that too. I like being able to run the trucks there one night and then next gen's the next. I like how that works out. I also think it also helps for the league development also in the long run. Maybe you find something, hey, I'm good there in the next gen, and or you think you are, and you find something in the trucks that you can relate to the next gen, maybe whether it be driving it in a little deeper or, you know, whatever. Yeah, I think there are things that can be learned by doing, the crossover weeks as Dev would call them.
yeah,
So
I would agree. Let's talk about Dega trucks first.
we need to coin the term. It's Dega Baby.
All right, let's switch over to this. So this. I'm just gonna start from the um most exciting. I'm just gonna put this in the background and kind of just go from there. But let's talk about how this went for.
You reckon that
Uh,
flag guy Barney's got some shoulder issues?
it's entirely possible, man. That guy
Feel
waves
bad for
that
that guy.
flag like crazy.
He goes it like it's nobody's business.
Yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know, I run with Neon when I do race. Just anybody I can just jump in with. I don't have a team just because I'm not available every week. Um, normally, I mentioned this earlier that my main job is, or my main role is like the race control. So I start the season off at Daytona and kind of get a gauge of how the field is. If we're gonna have a large field, chances are I'm gonna not race for a while and just make sure that everything's taken care of. It's one of the other rules is making sure that people are following the rules. Um, Wiles, that's to you, bud. Don't forget, no lane changes. Um, Sorry. So I may start off at Daytona, see how the field kind of goes, and then from there I may drop out for race control. But I was racing with Neon this race. The reason I bring that up is pit strategy. Where the hell
Well,
did
I mean,
that
not
come
only
from?
that, yeah. I mean, not only that, but I mean, it also makes it easier because, if you need to talk to me or Dev or anything, about,
Right,
what do you guys think? Or, you know, on the tougher calls,
right.
so it makes it a little bit easier. And you do jump around if needed, if somebody needs you to come down and, jump in there, you definitely do. So, but yeah, the pit strategy, man, Josh and Joe, man, they've been doing that for a while. Something we used to do back when Intensity had a team here, back in the iOS days. We were doing that. Um, yeah, it's just if you can get a solid group of guys together to line up and do it the right way instead of trying to race each other, man, you can definitely make up some time and boot scoot and boogie up through there.
So do we talk about what the strategy was, or
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what the strategy was. They were there.
so the whole team pit when we know we can go the rest of that stage without lifting at all. So all 5 of us went, all 5 of us came off, and we, as you said, we boot scoot and boogie, man. We went and it worked. Neon Racing for the stage came 1 through 5. And that was freaking nuts, man. That was awesome to be a part of, to have the whole team come through out on top on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice when then things work out like that. Um, and definitely not nice when they don't work out like that. But
No,
we're not to the next gen yet.
no, it didn't quite work out that way for us. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was fun to be a part of. Um, to come out with the strategy. I mean, I'm not in a hunt for a championship at all, so I'm just the tail end of that as close as possible and just kind of go for it. But nothing really happened the first portion of the race. Stage was just run it as fast as you can. Spend as little time on pit road as possible. And then just kind of go from there. We'll get to what happened at the end of the race in just a second. Yeah, change something up real quick. What do you think about Dega? Eddie, how'd it go for you? Which we already know,
Truck
but you're going to talk
race.
about.
Truck race went pretty good. Um, like I told Josh in the interview, um, don't really like winning them like that. I would rather have the whole field up there, nobody wrecking, and you know, trying to make passes for the win. Um, but I've been on both sides of that. Lost them that way, won them that way. Um, but yeah, um, just lucky enough, I was able to race D Wright and Joe, both my teammates, for the win there. Um, so wasn't expecting nothing too crazy coming to the line. Um, definitely didn't expect either anybody to just roll over and let the other one pass for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you, man? You're going for a win, you know.
Yep.
But
So pit stop,
yeah,
stage, pit stop, end of the race.
yeah. If you look on the backstretch on the white flag lap, I kind of backed off of. Yeah, you're going.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to
We're gonna rewind a little further. Gotcha.
yeah. Let's go to this camera. Let's get a farther out angle. So as you can see, it's basically yeah, it's a either bad block or um far chase. Yeah, Moultrie here has the run on the outside, so I mean we're 2 laps left. And he had some netcode issues this night, for sure. And then kind of just got everyone involved. Now, the big part of this is that, because this is not on the racing surface, it wasn't going to bring out a caution. So Devin's getting back up to speed. Sylvain slams into him because if you go onto Sylvain's in car, he doesn't see him at all. So I mean, he gets close enough to where you can barely catch a glimpse of him, and then all of a sudden he's there, and he takes Devin's trunk with him, or his rear deck lid with him. And then because none of this really happened on the racing surface with people around him, a caution just didn't come out. I don't know why I did that. Caution just didn't come out, and just it's unfortunate the way it happened, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, and there's been several instances, where iRacing don't throw the caution and we don't we don't take it into our own hands to do that. So it's not like, you know, oh, they could have threw a caution. Like, why would we change that now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And open that can of worms further down the road, and then people that felt like they've been wronged by that call in the past, they're oh well, why are you changing it now?
Right.
So we get it. It sucks. We don't want that to happen. But sometimes it's all up to iRacing, man.
Yep. Well, and because we don't have a full-time race control and I'm in and out of the car, um, iRacing handles all cautions. We don't deal with that, or we don't mess with that.
Well, I mean,
So
even if you weren't in the car or whatever the case may be, I don't. I think that would be something that would open a can of worms. We're not throwing it for this, but you
right,
know, somewhere else it's something stupid. And
right,
iRacing throwing a caution, like, and then that brings us into question more, and then questions of people being biased towards others. I just think it's the right thing to do is just let iRacing handle it. You
yeah,
know, some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. You know, like I said, I've lost them like this. I've won them like this. I don't like to win them like this. Um, but I'll definitely take it.
yeah. So speaking of taking it, here's your last lap.
Yeah, bro. Like I was setting that up coming down the backstretch. I was trying to kind of just lay off of him a little bit because I seen in practice, man, it took like a whole lap to really try to gain some ground on somebody. So I was kind of getting ready for it, and I just caught him way too quick. And you see him catching him in the corner here. I was like, oh no, it's gonna kill me.
Your Eddie let off the gas there.
Yeah,
Pull
gotta get
back
that
out.
cushion
Then
built up.
Joe and D Wright go to battling.
Yeah, I seen him make his move. I held on to that draft as long as I could, got some off of him, and I just hoped and prayed that we made it to the line. And I was hoping taking that high side was not going to hurt me. But,
Worked out for sure. Good job,
yeah,
bud. I
thanks, buddy.
think this is one of my new favorite cams. And there was your finish.
Yeah,
That was a pretty good
it's pretty
race.
close. Yeah,
It was close for sure.
yeah. And like I
Um,
said, I hate it for those guys that got caught up in that. And there
yeah,
was no caution. So
definitely. So that's the truck race. Kind of uneventful.
for the most part, yeah.
And
We psyched Zimmerman out. So, buddy, if
oh,
you're
that's
if you're
right.
not if you're not snoozing already, um, we're sorry. It's
But
kind of funny
also
though. We
not.
ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Gomes, we got you too, buddy. Sorry.
So
Um,
I've
but
I've
see, there's
been
a story, man. The season before that, we got Brett, and he was by himself, and he just kept going down pit road. So he went in the pits by himself, come out by himself. Um, so sorry for that too, I guess.
sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, no,
All right, let's take a look at the points real quick since we are talking about that.
man, them truck points, bro. I'm telling you, Kansas gonna be wild.
Yeah. Okay. So Eddie's leading. Uh,
I'm
yeah,
locked in with the win.
Eddie's leading and locked in with the win at Dega. You got Tyler, Nick Fuller, Joe Wright, Devin, Wiles, Zimmerman, and Gomes. The point separation between 8th and 2nd is, what is that, 21 points? Yeah. But the first or 2nd through 5th is, 6-point difference. To include Wiles in that, it's 8 points. It's not a huge
Well, if you
gap
go
to be
from
playing
fourth
with.
to eight, if you go from 4 to 8, I can't really see it on the shared screen there without clicking on it, but I don't know how many points that is, but that would be the one to look at for fourth to eighth.
8th place is 2033 and 4th is 2039. So cutoff line 2049 currently. It's only a 16 point game.
And you
That's
put a
nuts.
stage break in there, you win a stage, like,
Hmm.
yeah, man, you had to put a solid race together to be, in that top 4. That's I had no idea the points were this crazy. Um, so definitely a blessing to be locked in, um, for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean, just it's a testament, man. It shows how competitive it is. It's tough.
Well, that's part of the new schedule too is that competition, and it's like I know it's already here. I get that, but it's not. It's so good. It's such good clean racing too to be at this
Yeah,
point, and it's like not. And obviously, there's been some issues through the season, but for the majority of the season, it's just been super clean racing, and it's awesome.
yeah.
It's really good. Let me pull this up. The next gen race.
And we still had pretty solid car count in the Talladega race. So
Yeah.
that was nice to see opening up the round of 8. So
What do you think about
again,
the
appreciate everybody being there.
What do you think about the moving Talladega to a round closer, not opener?
As a cutoff race,
Yeah.
I love it. Especially okay, if we were gonna do that this season, I would probably not like it so much, even if everything worked out the same way as it did. Just for the simple fact that for me, driving around half throttle, trying to save gas is just not fun. Um, like I said, it's not good on the broadcast. It's not fun in the car. Um, but man, like I said, if we make them changes and we can go all out for the stage, we can go all out for the win. I'm absolutely for it, man. Absolutely for it. Talladega has simply given us the races that are usually super close. You know, some of the closest races in the league, Talladega. Like, and it's always exciting. You know, so I like it. I like it being on the cutoff.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wish Bristol was cut off like it is in real life. Well, it was in real life. I don't know if it is the same. No, I think after the Olympics and stuff, they changed it. I don't think it's a cutoff race this year
Yeah.
because Darlington's not the is Darlington the first race in the playoffs, or
I
was it
have no idea, man.
the last race of the regular season? I think it's their last race of the regular season. But anyway, yeah, the Olympics are going to mess all that up. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to have Bristol as a cutoff race. Change Kansas and Bristol around. Um, it's Bristol, baby. Let's go. I'm for it.
Eddie, are you bitter that the Olympics are going to cut into your NASCAR?
Um, I don't know if I'm bitter or not, but I mean, I honestly think they could have done that a different way and made it work for both sides. Um, does Fox broadcast any Olympic games while they go on, or is that strictly just a NBC thing?
I think it's just NBC.
I think so too. And if it is going off of that idea, I don't know why NBC and Fox couldn't have kind of swapped some races around. I guess you know, kind of traded some dates. I don't know why they couldn't do that, and then NASCAR could have just kept going. Of course, I don't know Fox's whole broadcasting thing. I don't know they could have baseball, soccer, underwater basket weaving. I have no idea.
Underwater
But
basket.
um, but yeah, I have no idea. Maybe that's why they couldn't. Um, but my limited knowledge on the thing and just being on the outside looking in, I think there could have probably been a simple solution to it. And while we're on that, I don't think the streaming thing that they're getting themselves in is a bright idea, but I don't get paid to think for them. So
It's just you can, in my view, you can arguably say that FIFA World Cup may be as big or bigger than the Olympics, and it's an international sport. So
Yeah.
you can say that, right? It maybe. I don't know. I've never looked at the ratings or anything like that. But you can have an argument that says that that sporting event, which happens for weeks on end, is bigger or as big as the Olympics every 4 years. And it happens, I don't know how often it happens, honestly. I don't pay attention to soccer.
Yeah, I don't know.
But nothing else stops. When the World Cup is on, nothing else stops. No other
Yeah.
sporting events stop in any way. They continue with their regular scheduled broadcasts. But yeah, I know I get the Olympics is like a once every 4 year thing, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think I'm jaded against the Olympics for some reason.
Well, I don't know if they've done it to think, "Oh, well, if there's no NASCAR, then they've gotta tune into the Olympics." Probably not, bud.
Yeah,
You
I don't.
know?
I mean, if you put NASCAR in the Olympics, then maybe let's talk about
Right.
that.
Yeah.
I want to see 30 international drivers go 150 laps at the Coliseum and see who survives.
Email Ray Abraham and, tell him he's got a good idea for the IROC series.
There you
You
go.
better jump on it real quick while the track's still down.
There you go. Did they do the Coliseum thing again? Have they?
Yeah, they're going
Oh
back.
my god. Worst track
Yep.
ever.
Yep.
So next gen's race. Come on, load in. Come on. There we go. So this is the first caution which I caused. Yay, go me. This is the first caution which I caused. So start of the race, nothing eventful. We pit on lap 6, and this is lap 13. Brett, me, and Sylvain Gomes were pretty far behind the lead pack. So neither one of us are in contention for the playoff or championship. So it was like a push as hard as you want. Let's see if we can make this happen and get them back up to get us back up to that group. Problem is Sylvain's not close enough. So 2 cars aren't going to go anywhere on this track. Gomes is too far back. So I was just pushing Brett as hard as I could, and there was kind of a little wobble coming off of 4, and I kind of got a run on him a little bit and turned him into a wall, which he just,
It looked like that 3rd car was coming up and that bubble got squished because that's usually how these next gens are, man. If you got 2 cars by yourself, there's a bubble there and you can't really pop it unless that lead car just drags his brake a little bit.
yeah,
And then once you get that 3rd car in there, man, it just kind of, pushes the bubble between those 2 bumpers and pushes that bubble squished between the car in front there.
yeah.
But that looks like that's what happened there.
So luckily, this happened to Brett coming off of 4, because all he did was break his car, spin Gomes, caution comes out, and he just controls it into pit lane with his front right tire completely broken. Left front suspension. No, right front. I know my camera's got all messed up. Yeah. So took his fasty there. Hey, look, he's got a new car. All right. And then back out. So that was the first caution. This is anybody watching, this is on me. I should have given myself an EOL. I wasn't even thinking about it, honestly. But I do claim this is my first incident. If anybody is watching, I apologize for not giving myself an EOL. Didn't even think about it when it was coming to. I was kind of mad at myself for spinning Brett. I know we're not in contention at all, but I still don't want to wreck anybody. It wasn't my intention at all. And then 28. This would have had to been the stage, right?
I think so. The stage was 30, I think.
Oh yeah. So then this is the next one. So Um, this is the next wreck that happened, which was also my fault. Which I don't know if it was mine or not, but I took it. Devin wants to get as many stage points as possible, so we'll watch from Junior. Wants to get as many stage points as possible, so we're all trying to stay in line. And Devin says, "I'll let you know when I'm clear."
Well, no, we're talking about staying in that middle lane, and everybody's like, "Yeah, man, that's perfect. We'll stay right here." And then people started calling clear. So, me being up front, I'm thinking, all right, well, I guess we're not staying here anymore because everybody's clear on the bottom, and that's where we're gonna go. And there was just a lot going on at the same time. So
Yeah. So I thought, because Devin had mentioned like 2 laps prior to this that if he has a run, then he's going to take it on the outside so that he can go for more stage points. And I'm like, okay. So then when we're coming up to this, he's like, I'll let you know when I'm clear on the inside so that we can lock down the inside line, is what I thought. And I honestly didn't even hear you and Joe or D Wright talking about staying in the middle. I couldn't even hear
yeah,
that because
yeah, that's
everyone
what I
was
said, man.
talking at
It's a
the
lot.
same time.
Yeah,
So, anyways, so miscommunication.
that's where my confusion was. Yeah,
So
we're
you,
staying middle. All right, we're clear. We're clear. Okay,
right.
well, shit. I guess we're not.
So then Devin calls clear, and I'm like, okay, let's go. So then he gets low though, and he gets on the bottom and gets a run on me because he just came off the draft. So I go to go low, and as soon as I go to, my spotter says you have a car low. So I'm like, oh crap, let me go back high. But I had a run on Joe then. So then I tap Joe, spin Joe into Devin, take everybody out. And what I'm really sorry this happened to everybody that was involved. Moultrie, Junior, Devin, Joe Wright, all of you. Who's a 78? I couldn't see who that was.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm sorry, Brad Young. I'm sorry, everybody. That was on me. We probably could have called that a racing incident, but I don't know. I feel like that was more on me than anything else was. So I took it, claimed it. That was my second incident for the night, and that was the end of my night. So because this was within 5 laps of the stage, which technically was like the end of that lap anyways, that was the stage caution. I got second place points for the stage, which I don't need, which I feel kind of bad for because I hurt a lot of other people that were in the playoffs. So I apologize. But yeah, so that was the rest of the race for me. Then you had the pit stop on 63. And then this one was Brad Young and D Wright, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, D Wright's up there on the outside. He comes down. Oh yeah, he came down. That's right. So, jeez. So Brad Young goes up. Well, actually, I guess we need a little more context in this one. No. Choppa. Right. I need a better way to change cameras and stuff. DQ'd out for the rest of the year. Fine, Wiles. I'll remember that when I'm race control for the next one, bud.
He said, "That's right. You want to pick up on his lane change? You out, out."
So Wiles goes around D Wright. He comes back down. Brad Young gets passed by Wiles. I'm he has a huge run here, comes up, hits D right. They go into the wall spinning. It stays on the racing surface, which is why the caution comes out. It never goes off the racing surface. So caution comes out, which leads to the green white checkered. And unfortunately, Wiles, I'm sorry, I'm going to do this to you. But this is what we were talking about earlier with. So in the SCSRA, we have a rule that there's no lane changes allowed prior to the start finish line on a restart. So it's not officials or NASCAR where you can go jump to the outside, which apparently in officials you can do. But he switched
Oh yeah,
lanes,
you can, and there's usually a big mess that ensues after.
which is why we have the rule to not do that.
Yeah.
So Daniel Wiles, just so you know, before next season, there will be a meeting that takes place for the rule book if you want to be a part of that so that you don't miss any rules. Okay? Okay, gotcha. And just because you said now that I'm out for the rest of the year, you may or may not get a drive-through penalty before you win anything. Just so you know.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I would never take advantage of that. Maybe. Anyways.
if you did, we get rid of him.
Yeah, I would be
And
fired.
and that's the thing, man. This league's way bigger than any one person. So
Yeah, I would be fired in a heartbeat.
whether it be me, Dev, Hartney, it don't matter. Like,
We penalized Devin this year.
yeah. And I would be mad if I earned a penalty and nobody gave me one. Like,
Yep.
I don't want that shit.
Which throws a mean block on Wiles.
Yeah.
Wiles
I
Wiles says F them rules.
right? Rules are meant to be broken. Yeah, this was a tough restart for me, man. Kind of stuck to the plan. We was gonna try to run that second line again, and I wasn't informed that everybody ditched Joe, and he
Yeah,
didn't
what
say
happened with
nothing.
that?
I went up like like I said, man. I went up like the plan was, and the plan was for them to and push me like there wasn't no tomorrow. But I was sitting there waiting for like 2 laps for the push that never came.
Man.
I've never felt like I've given one away more than this one, and that's not taking anything away from anybody. You know, congrats to Moultrie for winning it. Um, but yeah, I just wish I'd have stayed down on that low side. I don't know if it would have changed the outcome any. Probably not, but I, I would have probably felt a little better about it going to sleep that night. Um, but yeah, again, shout out to Moultrie. Good win, bud. Um, but yeah, I've lost a couple heartbreakers, and this one definitely was one of them.
Yeah, so it's you, Devin, and D Wright on the top line right now.
Yeah, like I'm watching all these people go by, and I'm like, where you guys at? Where you at, boys? Yeah, and just yeah, nobody's going.
Looks like
And
there's some pushing.
nobody's saying anything to me. I'm sitting here asking for, where y'all at? Silence. Mother.
And there goes Joe on the top. D
Yeah.
Wright went low.
Yeah, I seen Dev fading in my mirror, and I'm like, what in the heck? And I seen Junior coming, and I'm like, well, let's go. Like right now, I'm in panic mode. I'm just trying to salvage.
Yeah. It's dicey there. Junior comes up into Josh on the next lap.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get
Oh, that one.
anybody side draft I can. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember what lap it was, but Moultrie and Wiles? I think they were coming up, and I don't know. They did like some ejecto cedo cuz parachute on me. I don't know what the hell happened. Like
Oh, they probably side draft you.
man, I got pulled off the 4-card draft in front of me.
Yeah, it'll do that.
It
You get
was
that side draft,
nuts.
man. You get that front end goes to that quarter panel. Yep. You just dump the air on the spoiler, man. It just sucks them back. It's crazy.
I want to see if I can find that. Cuz that was crazy. Uh think it was after the first caution. I don't know. I'd have to actually go back and watch the whole thing so I can find it. But it was nuts.
Yeah.
He was like right on that quarter panel, the rear quarter panel, and it just sucked me right the hell off the 4 cars in front of me. And it's not like I
Yep.
was like laying back at all. Like I was on them. And then Moultrie was to my outside, and I was no longer on the cars in front of me, and he was passing me. I'm like, what is happening?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like the feeling in the car, it's a definitely a feeling of helplessness because you're like, what else can I do, man? I'm hitting the gas, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the last lap from Moultrie's point of view. Did Merica take this 1, 2, 3?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Wiles, you're in the chat. Did you guys take it 1, 2, 3, or just 1, 2, or 1, 3? Yeah, he's pushing hard, man. He's got it down. I think it's just 1, 2. There they go wrecking.
Glad to see somebody was getting a push.
Yeah, there goes Eddie, parachuting to the back.
Yeah.
Damn. We had Moultrie, Fuller,
Actually.
Ashley, yeah. So 1, 2. And look how close that one is between Wiles and
Joe. Yeah.
Joe. That's nuts. Literally a fender. Not even a fender, a bumper. And there's Eddie coming in all by himself. Man, good race.
Yep.
Let's look at the points for next gen, because that's also super close.
Definitely going to be a good one going into Kansas this week.
Let's see. Series. Wiles says he was 12th at the white flag. That doesn't surprise me. 12th to 4th. I mean, Cheese did what, like 7th to 1st? One of those tracks, man. Anything could happen.
So I said, man, earlier, you could be leading you could lead every lap but one, and that all changed in that last lap.
Yep. All right. Screen share. So Moultrie advances to the next round with the win. Devin is the first not secured spot. Eddie's third, Nick Fuller fourth, Cody Ashley fifth, Wiles sixth, Junior seventh, and Zimmerman eighth. So between fourth and seventh, basically, because eighth is pretty far back, but anything's possible. But
I
fourth to
think
seventh.
Zimmerman's out because of work, he said. So,
Oh, is he?
yeah.
That's unfortunate. Fourth to seventh is 21 points. So with stage and everything else, it's gonna be I don't know, Kansas, because Wiles knows what's on the line for this. I think it's gonna be you and Devin, and I think Wiles is gonna come out in fourth.
I don't know, man. I kind of feel like Personally, I'm in a must win
Yeah,
if I wanna, you know, have control of my own destiny.
yeah,
Um, 'Cause, I mean, it's a pretty stout field of drivers there, you know?
yeah,
Anybody any one of them, man. Any one of them can come up there.
yep.
Uh, you know,
It's very
Wiles
true.
is pretty strong. Uh,
So is Cody.
Fuller,
So is Fuller. So is Devin.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's yeah, I don't know, man. This is gonna be a good week.
yeah.
Tune
My thing
into
is,
tune into
I
Noma for
don't
the race.
yeah, yeah. Personally, I don't need anybody 5th to 8th or 5th to 7th, whatever the case may be, um, to win, you know, 'cause that'll just muddy it up, and I have a lot more stuff to think about.
Message her. Do you want my Venmo later?
Huh?
Message her. Do you want my Venmo later?
Oh, no, I'm good.
I'll make sure of it.
Yeah. No, I'm good, buddy.
Told you,
I'd
Wiles,
rather
you're
do it the
out,
right
bud.
way.
Nope, Wiles is gone.
You have to
Black
find somebody else with a grudge.
black flag from the green flag. Every green flag that drops, he's gonna get a black flag.
Oh, no.
Yep. I found the buttons. Yeah, it's gonna be a good week, man. Any I know you are in a must win situation, but you've been practicing, you ready for it?
I'm ready for it. Oh, yeah.
All right. So that's points. That's the races this week. That's the schedule. What else we got? I don't think we have anything else.
No, just recruiting and
Yep, recruiting
looking
starting.
forward to season 7.
If you guys know anybody that are interested in joining the SCSRA, shoot one of us a message. So with their driver number or their iRating or not iRating, their iRacing member ID, so we can take a look at them. But if anybody's interested, by all means, reach out to us. I got nothing else. Thanks for dropping by, Wiles. Thanks for participating. We appreciate it. Hey, Moultrie, nice for you to drop by at the end, or if you've been here all day, I don't know. But thanks for dropping
Ask
by.
him what ask that feller what tracks pop out to him. Well, let's see what he says.
Moultrie, I know you're out there. What track you looking
We
forward to the most? I'm
see.
gonna put the schedule up. What track are you most looking forward to? Do 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 do.
Right? I was gonna say, man, we need like a drum roll or some Jeopardy music or something.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's a pretty solid schedule.
Yeah, it's a pretty schedule. All right, guys. Moultrie, we appreciate y'all dropping by. Thanks a lot. We'll see you guys next time, and we'll catch you next week.
That's right.